What's going on? It's Brian when We Go To You Mechanics. Today we're working on a 2002 Dodge Dakota 3.9 liter. Customer states vehicle will not start. Let's see what we're getting into. All right, so we got a crank no start issue. So let's get into the diagnosis. All right, I'm going to start by diagnosing that we have fuel. So there is the fuel line right there. I'm going to use one of these disconnect tools to disconnect that fuel line, and then I'm going to turn the engine to the on position and see if we've got fuel coming out of that line. All right, so now I'm going to turn the engine to the on position, and that should power the fuel pump and push fuel out that line. All right, so no fuel came out of that line. That doesn't necessarily mean that the fuel pump is bad. Let's check the electrical circuit. All right, so I got my scan tool hooked up. We're going to read fault codes just to be sure. No DTC stored, so that's good. Let's go to actuation tests. What we're going to do is we're going to actually turn the fuel pump on with my scan tool, and we're going to check and see if the relay clicks when I do that. It's going to be kind of hard to do it one-handed. So go to fuel pump relay, and then once I hit start, then the fuel pump relay, which is right here, should click. And it clicked. So that tells me that the electrical circuit going from the ignition to the relay is working. Now we got to check the rest of the circuit going from the relay back to the fuel pump. So I may need to pull some wiring diagrams, I may not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scan tool to do the same thing I just shown you, but I'm going to lay up underneath the truck and put my ear on the bottom of the tank. And if I can hear that fuel pump kick on or make any type of noise, then that's a good indicator that I'm getting, or that's definitely an indicator that I'm getting electricity back there. Now that doesn't mean that even if I don't hear it, that there's no electricity going back there. That's just a quick, easy way to figure it out. All right, so we're under the car. Here's the fuel tank. I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. I'm going to start that, actuate the fuel pump with the scan tool. Now I heard something back here kind of click. Now here's a trick. If you ever get stranded and you think your car's cranking and it's not starting, the first thing you want to do to try to get out of a pinch is with the key in the on position, come down here and bang on your fuel tank. Well, it did it earlier. Before I started shooting the video, I came down here and banged on it, and I heard the fuel pump kick on. Of course, it's going to make me a liar right now, but that's the name of the game. Anyways, sometimes when you bang on the fuel pump, the bottom of the tank, it'll kick the fuel pump on. But that doesn't mean the fuel pump's good. It just means you got it kick-started again. Maybe it'll get you home. All right, that concludes our diagnosis. This customer is going to need a new fuel pump. Thank you for watching We Go To You Mechanics. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for a fuel pump replacement.